My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Boy Kills World. And this is a very frustrating movie because I see what they're going for, and I see the potential in this movie, but the execution just sucks. Let's begin talking about the big issue with this movie, and it's the decision to make the main character mute. It felt very gimmicky, and it always created a disconnect between me and the movie. And to have his voiceover be done by H. John Benjamin, who I really like in Bob's Burgers, it was just a terrible decision. His voice didn't match how he looked, and I get that's the joke, but I found it distracting the entire time. And it just, he never felt like a real character as a result. Bill Skarsgård himself, though, I think does the best he can with a strictly physical performance. He is one of the most interesting actors working nowadays, and he pulls this movie off fine enough. Jessica Roth, I love her in Happy Death Day. It baffles me she hasn't become a bigger star, and I think she does a very good job here. I wish she was given a bit more material, but she still leaves enough of an impression. I do love her helmet. I thought that was a really cool design. Andrew Koji, it's nice to see him in a movie, and he plays a very different kind of character, but I thought he did so incredibly well. Isaiah Mustafa, I thought did a very good job. Famke Janssen, I thought was bland. Michelle Dockery did nothing for me. Charlotte Copley, I just watched him in Monkey Man, and he's in this movie as well, and I think he just brings enough personality to what could have been a bland character. Brett Gelman, I think, is fine. And Johan Ruhen, who plays the shaman, I think did a very bad job actually. This is an action movie, and how did I find the action to be? Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Like, there's one scene with a cheese grater, which I loved. This movie can be brutal when it needs to be, but I never thought it kicked into high gear enough. Even when we get lots of the action later on, there's some underwhelming qualities to it. Like the way it's shot, the camera's constantly moving and it's kind of shaky, and this decision just did not work for me. I thought some moments looked really cool, but others I just couldn't tell what was happening, and the movie's too dimly lit in moments. So the action I'm mixed on, but definitely standout moments. The humor I thought landed some of the time. There's a few jokes that got a good laugh out of me, but sometimes it really misses. So kind of mixed on the comedy as well. The direction by Moritz Moore I thought was actually quite terrible. I understand the style they're going for, but it was just I don't know, I just feel like this movie needs a polishing up. The script is just a mess. Like, when you hear about the movie's premise and what you think it will be based off of that, it's not really that. Like, it builds to all this live footage of people getting killed on TV. And like that's just a couple minutes of this movie, and it just felt very oddly structured, oddly paced. I never cared about anyone as much as I should have, and there was just a messy quality to it. Like I can watch this movie and understand everything it's trying to do stylistically and understand everything it's trying to do with the script, but it just needed a few more rewrites, and I think it needed a more reined in director. And when we get to the last act, there's some ambitious decisions made that I wish I cared about more than I actually did. I was just like, oh, that's interesting, but I don't care. So, I don't know, like, I don't hate this movie. I'm just mostly mixed on it for the most part. I just see what it's going for. Sometimes the action is cool and brutal, sometimes it sucks, sometimes the movie is funny, sometimes it's cringy. But I feel like the biggest issue is the mute main character and the voiceover. It could have been a slight recommendation, but I can't recommend this movie. It's just a few too many issues. So I'll give The Boy Kills World a 4.5 out of 10. It's just a very frustrating movie, but Boy Kills World, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.